Sweltering temperatures and extreme drought are blanketing the Sooner State. Oklahomans are fighting to stay cool as highs remain above the century mark. And Thursday's possible high of 114 degrees could break Oklahoma City's all-time record set back in 1936 during the Dust Bowl. Hello, I'm Brian Painter with the Oklahoman, and joining me today via phone is Ryan Barnes, meteorologist from the National Weather Service's Norman Forecast Office. Thanks for joining us, Ryan.
Thanks for having me.
Last year, Oklahoma suffered from a prolonged drought, never fully recovered despite the spring storms. What are some of the concerns when you see heat upon heat like the last two summers?
Yeah, the heat like this really starts to amplify the drought across the region. And currently we're looking at extreme drought across the metro area. Further west you get out towards western and northwest Oklahoma, they're in exceptional drought right now. There is some slight decrease in the drought across southern and southeastern portions of the state where they've received a little bit more rainfall, but it's still severe drought out towards that way as well.
As a meteorologist, what are some of the primary concerns regarding this extreme heat?
Well, when the heat comes along like this, you really need to be concerned with regards to heat-related illnesses. You need to stay hydrated and avoid like coffee and teas and things like that with caffeine in them. You also want to stay out of the sun as much as possible. If you get in the shade, it's going to be cooler. That direct sunlight's what's going to put a hurting on you per se, and limit the outdoor activities as much as possible, and you don't go outside if you don't have to. And then also concerned about the pets, the children, and the elderly. You need to make sure to check on them if you have neighbors. Go ahead and knock on their door and see if they're doing all right, and especially during the heat of the afternoon.
I've seen, especially in recent days, even recent weeks now, your office putting out heat advisories. What's required to issue one? And then when is it possible to issue an excessive heat warning?
Okay, for excessive heat warning, you need to look at heat index values of over 110 degrees. So you really need the moisture to be high for that to occur, and that's only happened. It really hasn't happened across our forecast area this year. It came close in northern Oklahoma a couple times when the temperatures were exceeding 110 degrees, but fortunately enough, the actual heat advisory or the heat index value was lower than the temperature because there wasn't enough moisture in the air to go along with it.
Okay. I was noticing this morning, Ryan, that, in the area forecast discussion, that there was a sentence that read, most locations will exceed 110 degrees. And, Norman has 48 counties, I believe, in Oklahoma, and then 8 in western North Texas. So is it uncommon to have such widespread extreme heat?
It's fairly uncommon to get widespread 110 degrees. That's pretty uncommon, considering all the records that we've been talking about recently here today. Record is all-time recorded records 113 for Oklahoma City, and it's a little bit higher down for Wichita Falls in that region. Their climates, their temperatures remain a little bit warmer. But yeah, it's fairly uncommon to see temperatures widespread of 100, 110 plus this time of year.
This is Oklahoma, and we're kind of the home of extremely variable weather. And so is it way too presumptuous to think that because we're having a warm summer, we might have another mild winter this year?
Yeah, that may be a little presumptuous, but we really like to see more precipitation either way, whether it's hot, whether it's warmer or cooler. We'd really like to get the rain chances up, so that way if we do get a lot of cold weather during the winter, it's we offer more opportunities for moisture in the air to go along with it, so that we can get the drought down across the region. That's our main concern right now is getting more moisture and dropping those drought categories across the state.
All right. Thanks again, Ryan, for joining us today.
Okay, no problem. Thanks for having me.